difference between a cabin door and a toilet door. We were inculcated with values and traditions, which I know many of you strive to uphold even under very trying circumstances in the present day. One such trait is humility and to respect persons, notwithstanding the underprivileged circumstances they may come from. Sometimes persons who do not possess such traits have found it to their undoing. I will relate two examples where certain judges have underestimated the native wit of our people to their undoing. One such case was of a judge who hailed from an aristocratic family in the Siena Corale, who saw a litigant who was very similar in features to him. So much so it caused a flutter in court, and the lawyers were looking at the judge, then at this particular litigant. Then the judge, who couldn't ignore it anymore, said to the Mudlia, Mudlia, ask this particular litigant as to whether, as far as he is aware, that his mother worked at this particular Walaua from which the judge hailed from. Then the Mudli asked that question from this particular litigant, who bowed and said, no, my lord, my mother did not. Then after a pause, I don't know, like my friend said, or whatever, I do not know. After a pause, he said, my mother didn't, but my father did. Another instance, the judge said to the accused, you mean to stand here and tell this court that you had a completely assembled distillery in your premises and was still not engaged in the production of illicit alcoholic spirits? The accused said, that is the truth, my lord. The judge said to the man, you have to do better than that, young man. As far as this court is concerned, the very possession of such equipment is proof of your guilt. Taken aback, the young man said, in that case, my lord, you better charge me for rape as well. Then the judge said, what, are you confessing to a crime of rape? He said, no, my lord, but I sure possess the equipment for it. The bonds of friendship we formed at St. Thomas's are still strong as ever before. Petty fights, occasional fisticuffs, nickname calling have only helped to strengthen our friendships. One such classmate of mine is an incorrigible prankster who could, by the simple use of a telephone, bring out the beast of any kind or docile human being. This friend of mine was interested in a girl who lived close to Bishop's College. Her father, who did not like my friend, did his best to dissuade his daughter from having an affair. Unfortunately, my friend was not successful in his endeavor, and so one day he wanted to pay back the favor to his intended father-in-law. So one day, I must warn all the young old boys, don't try this now, because with the modern technology available, you could be charged in a court of law, so please don't try it. He gave a call at about 2:30 in the morning, pretending to be a priest from the Gangaramya temple, and told this gentleman who answered this call, Mahatmaya samavenda ape ඇතා කඩාගෙන ඔය පැත්තටවත් ආවද දන්නේ කරුණාකරලා බලන්න. So this gentleman, quite perturbed at the fact that there was an elephant on the loose, looked out of the window and said, නෑ හාමුදුරනේ එහෙම දෙයක් නෑ. Then half an hour later, as this gentleman was about to sleep, again the phone rings, and again it's the purported priest, Mahatmaya සමාවෙන්න කරදර කරාට කරුණා කරලා බලන්න ආයේ ඇතා ඔය පැත්තේ ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවද. Then this gentleman, again, annoyed, but what to do? Cannot say no, looks out and then tells the priest, no, there is no elephant outside. Then 45 minutes later, as this gentleman is about to enter into a good night's sleep, the phone rings again. Quite reluctantly, he goes and answers. And a deep voice asks this gentleman, Mahatya, හාමුදුරුවෝ මං ගැන කෝල් කරලා ඇහුවද? Among us, I see several old Thomians who are yet to take the plunge. If anyone of you are interested in marrying a professional, let me relate this conversation that occurred between 3 bachelors. One bachelor said, never marry a telephone operator, for she would always say, have you finished, have you finished, get off. The second bachelor said, better to marry a teacher, where she would say, now once again, please repeat once again. The third bachelor said, no, better to marry a lady lawyer, for she would say, may it please you, my lord, may it please you, my lord. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a beautiful island. Although there are several other countries in the world, for me, there is none that can match to our beloved island. In this regard, I must relate a story where a man from the United States, an old man from the United States of America, an old man from the People's Republic of China, and an old man from a South Asian country went to meet God. The man from the United States asked God, God, could you kindly tell me whether during my lifetime, whether I'll be able to see the threat posed to the United States by Al-Qaeda be over? God said, no way. And this man went off crying. Then the Chinese man asked God, God, will I be able to see the economy of China overtaking the economy of America during my lifetime? God said, no. And that man also went off crying. The man from South Asia asked God, God, during my lifetime, will I be able to see a corruption-free South Asia? And God started crying and said, not during my lifetime. Of course, there was no Sri Lankans present in the crowd, I guess, because there is no corruption in Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, I must, at this stage, thank the warden and sub-warden for the great job they are doing. And I would always say that there may be a few barks here and there, but the caravan must go on, and we stand firmly behind you. In conclusion, let me leave with you a question, which this question applies not only to me, but to all of us. This question will hopefully resonate deeply in each and every one of us and call us to action. The question is, are we doing enough for our alma mater? Are we doing enough for this institution that has inculcated great values in us with the loving, tender care of a mother, and is the prime reason as to why we are where we are right now. May I conclude my speech with leaving that thought with you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Esto Perpetua.
And now, a treat for sure. Our next artists are renowned in the field of music, globally, not to mention locally. They perform to critical acclaim on many an international stage, many a local stage. But the first stage that I saw them perform on was this very stage that I'm standing on right now. Truly homegrown talent that has blossomed into something truly amazing. It is my honor to call upon Rohan and Ishan, the Dilanro brothers.
Before too long I built my world around you. Well, and I prayed you love enough of me to stay. If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me go. I can take another minute of a day without you in it. If you love me, let it be. If you don't, then set me free. Take the chains away that keep me loving you. The arms that open wide to hold me closer, the hands that run their fingers through my hair, the smile that says hello, it's good to see you. Every time I turn around to find you there. Is this and so much more that makes me love you? What else can I do to make you see? You know you have whatever's mine to give you. Oh, but a love affair that one can never see. Sing, if you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me go. I can take another minute of a day without you in it. If you love me, let it be. If you don't, then set me free. Take the chains away that keep me loving you. If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me go. I can take another minute of a day without you in it. If you love me, let it be. If you don't, then set me free. Take the chains away that keep me loving you. Well, take the chains away that keep me loving you. Loving you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's so wonderful to be back on this very stage, and as Shan did mention, this is where it all started. So thank you once again for inviting us this evening. Are you having a good time? That's quite unlike St. Thomas's. Are we having a good time? Thank you very much. And now, as you can see, as much as you're so very well dressed today, so are we in blue and black. Esto Perpetua for that. Thank you.
Blue Spanish eyes, teardrops are falling from your Spanish eyes. adios and not goodbye. Soon I will return, bringing you all the love your heart can hold. Please, I say you and your Spanish eyes will wait for me. Blue Spanish eyes, prettiest eyes in all of Mexico. Spanish eyes, please smile for me once more before I go. Soon I will return, bringing you all the love your heart can hold. Say you and your Spanish eyes will wait for me. Say you and your Spanish eyes will wait for me. Thank you.
Thank you, but we didn't hear you sing with us. Priyan Dilivera is there, I can see. Priyan, we need to hear you. All right. The next song, we're going to close with this one. And it's an Olivia Newton-John classic. And as much as I think most of you know, we had the pleasure of gracing the same stage when she performed in Sri Lanka. So we're going to stealing one of her songs. This is Let Me Be There in Your Morning, and I'm sure you know the words, so please do sing with us.
Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know God is gonna be there, holding your hand and standing there to catch you when you fall, seeing you through in everything you do.
Sing with us.
Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there.
You may clap your hands, yes, why not?
Watching you grow and growing through the changes in your life, that's how I know there I always want to be there. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here I am. Whenever you call, you know I'll be there. I said let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there. Let me be there.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I said, oh, let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there. Let me be there.
Thank you very much. Was that Bertel Pinto? Or was it Dilshan? Are you sure you want one more? Do we have permission to sing one more? But we have nothing to sing. One for the road.
When the day is dawning on a Texas Sunday morning, how I long to be there with Marie who's waiting for me there. Every lonely city where I hang my hat ain't as half as pretty where my baby's at. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I've been hugging my pillow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo and sweet Marie who waits for me. Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over Amarillo and sweet Marie who waits for me.
Come on, sing with us.
Sha la 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 la.
Come on, come on.
Sha la la.
Come on.
Sha la 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 la. And Marie who waits for me. There's a church bell ringing. Hear the songs of joy that they're singing for the sweet Maria and the guy who's coming to see her. Just beyond the highway, there's an open plain, and it keeps me going through the wind and rain. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I've been hugging my pillow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo and sweet Marie who waits for me. Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over Amarillo and sweet Marie who waits for me. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. And Marie who waits for me. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. And Marie who waits for me. Once more. Sha la 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 la. 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 Sha la 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 la.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and please do give us permission to leave you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, with that, dessert being served and the Delano brothers truly bringing the night almost to a close on a very sweet note. But we've got something else in store for you. The business card draw. I hope all of you, if you didn't have your business cards, at least wrote down your details and popped them into the bowl at the front, because cut-off time is over. We're just going to draw it now. And to do the honors, it is my pleasure to call upon Mr. Ray Abewardena, the Managing Director of Acuity Partners Limited, to do the honors, sir, if you would mind. And we have a couple of giveaways, so I wouldn't mind either of these. And our first giveaway is for something that I definitely could use. I don't know whether you could. It's a health check voucher from Lanka Hospitals. So if your livers are not doing too well, maybe this might be the one for you. And thank you very much, sir. And it is Mr. Shanaka R. De Oliveira. Are we in need of a health check? Because you've just won one courtesy of Lanka Hospital, sir.